I think I also want to add a little bit about the what we just talked about the tips, and
Yeah.
doing the tips with like your entire hand, but you should really be flicking. I'm actually one of those people who
Yeah.
does the tips with the entire hand still, and the reason for that
Okay.
is that when I do with flicking, I often get like plus twos. Like I often turn inaccurately, and then I like over flick it. But come to think of it, using the entire hand, I also sometimes do that because I do it while putting down the cube, and so it risks overturning. But so that's one of my really big problems with Pyraminx is that I very often get plus twos. So I want to hear your thoughts on how to reduce that.
Okay. Well, one thing that anyone can play around with, because this is kind of talking about hardware too, is you can take apart your tip and take off one or two magnets and see if that helps you. Like the tips come with, I think, two out of the three magnets usually. So try maybe three magnets, try one magnet, try or maybe they come with all three. I can't even remember because I usually put two magnets in mine and just see
Okay.
what works best for you. Because sometimes, yeah, when you go to do a U move or like a U tip, it'll do a U2, and that's the worst thing ever because you're
Hmm.
flicking it. And yeah, you want to be able to trust your ability to solve tips. Otherwise, you're not going to enjoy this event. Definitely mess around with how many magnets you put in there. Try different types of like slow and fast lube in the tips only.
Hmm.
And what the one thing I can advise that will like it's really hard to implement at first and will take a lot of practice, but it will without fail help you in this case is just to do your tips at the start of the solve. Like I know some of the top solvers, they're able to solve all four tips no matter what the case is. They've almost just like memorized a way of solving like any combination of four tips as a scramble. Like that you can practice by just randomly scrambling the four tips and timing how fast you get and try to keep track of the time for every configuration. It's a crazy way of practicing, but I know, for example, Stephen Winteringham, I would always be jealous of his ability to solve tips because um, he would just have a way of solving all four at the same time using both hands right when he picks up the cube, and then he like doesn't get many plus twos for that reason.
Hmm.